Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with another episode of the Chelsea career mode here on Xbox One. We're into episode number 58, and in the last episode on Tuesday I asked you what I should do with these two big offers. We had the massive £38.5 million bid from City for Oscar. We're rejecting that, and you guys said counter offer the bid for Kevin De Bruyne from Bayern Munich. So I'm going to counter at 27.5, which is what I feel he's worth if you take into account his potential. But unfortunately, they decided that they didn't want to pay £27.5 million to Kevin De Bruyne and just rejected that outright. So I went to the second backup option, which is what you guys suggested, which was offer Kevin De Bruyne as a make weight in a swap deal for Mario Götze. For some reason I missed Kevin De Bruyne when scrolling through the list once, but still found him. We're going to offer them Kevin De Bruyne in return for Mario Götze. De Bruyne's rated 85, Götze 88, and Götze is 1 year younger, but still it's a pretty decent swap, I would have thought, for both sides. You know, Kevin De Bruyne is a very, very good player. It just so happens that Oscar is a little bit better, which is why we're trying to keep him. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in that deal, because the first game of the episode is a game in the Champions League. It's the playoffs. We have to play in the fourth qualifying round for the Champions League, because, of course, we finished fourth in the league last season. So we're coming up against Austria Vienna, and to be completely honest, they weren't much of a battle to be. I don't want to be too disrespectful, but they just weren't a challenge whatsoever. Alexander Pato starting for the first time since coming to the club, and gets off to a great start, smashing the ball into the back of the net after just 4 minutes. There's no better way to introduce yourself to a new team than getting yourself on the score sheet, and that is exactly what Alexander did there. One thing I want to mention though, while the gameplay goes on in the background, is just to say a quick thank you for all of the love and the support on the channel yesterday for my birthday and on the Q&A vlog. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're closing in on 10,500 subscribers, and you know, the channel is growing from strength to strength. There's so much love and support in the comment section on every single video, and on Twitter and on Instagram as well. You know, you guys are absolutely epic, so please do keep that up. It really is appreciated. But Oscar's going to get us 2-0 up here after 20 minutes. Almost as if to say, thank you for not selling me. I'm going to reward you by putting in some good performances and get myself on the score sheet. So I'm pleased that Oscar has been able to influence the game like that, because he hasn't had too much of an impact on the series so far. It has to be said, in the opening 2 seasons that we did a few months ago, he wasn't the best, wasn't the worst by any stretch, but wasn't the best player, and his fitness is particularly a concern, which is why Kevin De Bruyne is still here at the club despite not playing much football at all. But we're on the attack in the second half here. Sutton is actually going to pick up a yellow card because Thomas Callas absolutely schooled him there, turning inside. Lovely check move from the defender, but unfortunately they managed to foul him, so they pick up a booking. The ball comes in and Oscar's underneath it, but unfortunately he doesn't have the strength. But JT's on the swivel volley, and they are going to hack this one clear and actually come on the counter-attack themselves here. They weren't too much of a threat, like I said, going forward for the majority of the game, but every now and then there'd be a break in the pressure from us, and they would fly at us. Of course, this is a two-legged affair against Vienna, so we will have to go and or they will have to come to the bridge, because of course we're playing this one away from home, and those 2 away goals will be crucial for the overall tie. Although you have to say, if we're going to win 2-0 ish away from home, then you know, it's not going to be a problem to play them back at Stamford Bridge, is it? But Atsu and Remy came onto the pitch, and alert Remy was going to have an instant impact. You can see Kwadwo Asamoah making a great run on the far side. Remy finds him with a first-time ball across the pitch. Brilliant first touch, brilliant race away from the defence, and a fantastic finish to boot. And we do round out the game with a 3-0 win. 3 away goals then to take us into the second leg at Stamford Bridge, which will be in the next episode. So hopefully you'd have to say that that is us through to the group stage of the Champions League. Unfortunately, Bayern Munich rejected the offer of a straight swap deal for Kevin De Bruyne with Mario Götze, saying they wanted £48 million plus Kevin De Bruyne for Mario Götze. Now, I don't have anywhere near that sort of money, and I was quite, I don't know, pissed off really, the fact that they want £69 million for a player that is only valued at 30. So mainly just to waste their receptionists and their secretaries' time, I offered them another deal, counter offer of Kevin De Bruyne plus £750,000, just as a spiteful I hate you thing to Bayern Munich. So Kevin De Bruyne looks like he'll be staying at the club for the foreseeable future, although there is another twist at the end of the episode, but that will come after this game against Swansea in the Premier League. Now, of course, we won our opening Premier League game away at Crystal Crystal Palace in the previous episode on Tuesday, of course. Yesterday was the Q&A. If you missed the previous episode, by the way, there is an annotation in the bottom left-hand side of your picture to take you to it, so that you can check it out. But we got off to a great start again. Lewis Muriel racing away, cutting inside beautifully. It was just a case of settling himself before slotting the ball into the back of the net. Now that was our first effort on goal. Swansea actually held on to possession very, very well indeed, and I was finding it a struggle to play against them. And we're actually going to catch them on the counter-attack again, and that was how this game was going to go. It was Swansea having a lot of possession, not necessarily creating much, but having a lot of the ball, and it was me counter-attacking on them. And obviously our team is set up for the counter-attack. Not only do we have good passers in the team that can keep hold of possession should we need to, we also have the pace up top with Willian and Remy and Muriel and Hazard and Schürrle and Oscar and Royce to catch teams on the counter-attack. And that's exactly what we did there in both instances to get ourselves a 2-0 lead. And Boney's going to find himself through one-on-one here, and Cech comes out really, really well to smother the ball. But this is one of the dodgiest offside calls I've actually seen on FIFA so far. Boney is a good half yard onside when John Joe Shelby plays that ball, and the lino gives him off. So it's a let off for us, but fortunately Cech was there to make the save anyway, so it didn't turn out to be too costly for us. But still, Swansea would have been disappointed with that. But Arturo Vidal's going to have a great strike here, draw a good save out of Michel Vorm, who's actually a keeper I am interested in. At some point Cech is going to start dropping in stats, and or at some point we might look to move Courtois on if we can get a large sum of money for him. So I might be looking for an alternate goalkeeper. Obviously, we bought in Asmir Begovic in the AC Milan career mode, and he was very, very good for us. But Michel Vorm is another very, very good goalkeeper. Dutch, of course, plays very well for Swansea, and it is a player that I would be interested in. But we're going to have the corner here. They've just brought on Pozuelo for Voldemort, so hopefully that will weaken them defensively, because Pozuelo is more of an attacking player, and I was hoping that would open up a little bit more space in their midfield for me to be able to pick them apart a little bit more. But actually they were going to come on the attack towards the last 20 minutes or so. Pablo Hernandez here down the left hand side is eventually going to get a cross in. Boney goes for this spectacular overhead kick, and he did score an overhead kick against us when we were doing this series previous earlier on in the year. Really nice overhead kick actually, and unfortunately for us we were able to get a block on the first effort, and then Nathan Dyer's shot does go well wide, so there wasn't too much of a risk there. So we made a couple of changes. Kurt Zouma and the aforementioned Kevin De Bruyne coming on for Marco Reus, and Varane coming off for Kurt Zouma. Hopefully Kurt Zouma can find a little bit of a first team football, help him progress as a pro. Nathan Ake has gone out on loan, of course, and will continue to do so for the rest of the year. But Schürrle's played in behind here, and I just gave that a whack from distance. Don't know why. I probably should have taken that a little bit further in and kind of ensured that I put the ball into the back of the net, but I felt like cracking it, and that's exactly what I did with Schürrle. We're going to catch him on the counter-attack yet again. You can see what I mean about the way that this team is just set up perfectly for the counter-attack with all of the pace in it. Ramirez being another player with a lot of pace, but Michel Vorm comes up trumps yet again with another good save. Ramirez down low to his left-hand side, and it's a comfortable save, but Swansea weren't able to offer anything offensively, and we come out comfortable 2-0 winners. Well, I say comfortable 2-0 winners. I had to work for that result, and I'm having to work in every single game so far. We've won every single game we've played so far this season, but they haven't been easy games, and it's only a matter of time before an opposition team puts in the performance that absolutely gives me a humbling. I can feel it coming. But we get another offer for Kevin De Bruyne. This is the twist I was mentioning. Now we counter-offered Bayern 27.5, and clearly that was too much to ask for. So I'm going to counter-offer 22.5, and hopefully Real Madrid will take that offer up. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that in tomorrow's episode. But we'll show you the league table now. After 2 games in the Premier League, we sit second in the league. Ourselves and Man United and Liverpool and Arsenal are all unbeaten so far, and Arsenal, Manchester United and ourselves are all yet to concede a goal as well. 5-4-3 are the goals scored, so we sit second on goal difference, but we're doing okay so far this season, looking like we're going to progress through into the group stages of the Champions League and doing well in the Barclays Premier League as well. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to leave the video a like if you could be so kind. There will be a My Player episode uploaded later on tonight, as always on a Thursday, like it says at the bottom. If you don't know what or when I upload, there's a schedule in the description down below, along with links to my Twitter, to my Instagram, and to subscribe as well if you want to do any of those things. And of course, there's an annotation on screen to subscribe as well, and an annotation on the right hand side to take you to the previous episode from Tuesday if you missed it. But that's all from me for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you again for all of the love and support on this series, on all of the series. If we could hit 200 likes on this series again, that'd be absolutely superb. But that's all for now. I will see you tonight with My Player, and yeah, cheers, guys. Bye.